seeing what they're doing with Old Republic, the MMO, it's like every NPC is gonna have voice actors. So like there's gonna be choice, and it's gonna play out like a BioWare game but online.
Yeah.
So like if they can keep doing that, if they can apply all that to Mass Effect, I would definitely eat that up. The problem with Mass Effect, as opposed to something like Old Republic, is Old Republic, they never had to live up to, say, Knights of the Old Republic 3 on the Xbox 360 or PS3. Whereas Mass Effect,
Yeah.
because of the way it looks and because of the way it works, like the second Mass Effect had to be on 2 discs. Like if you're really gonna put in a Mass Effect world into an MMO that's worth playing through, you're gonna have to release it on like 7 discs. With fully voiced NPCs and choices and worlds and whatnot. It's like you're gonna have to release it on like 7 discs. And I'd still buy it, but that's the biggest issue I see. It's like you're gonna need a separate CD stand just for Mass Effect MMO.
Yep.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like we'll see. I know, like me and you are both are not really excited about multiplayer. Like it's not something we've been waiting for. Other people might disagree, and feel free to voice your opinions to me. There will be an email provided for you to send all of your angry growling, and for me to just ignore it on it. So yeah, I guess those are the big news for the week, and it's kind of interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how they play out, especially with Mass Effect because it's so close coming up. I feel like now that they announced it, maybe in a month or so, we might see videos of it, like kind of see it. But until then, I don't want to speak anything about it. Until then, I'm still very skeptical. Like, it better not really mesh with the like. I'm happy to know that it's a different studio development, meaning that it doesn't take away from the single player.
Yeah.
But it better not be integral to the single player. Like, I don't mind if they relate and they kind of like draw on the same story elements, but it better not be like, oh, you didn't do this mission in co-op, you can't access something like this in single player.
Yeah.
Then I'll be very upset by that point in time. Okay, so to close out, I feel like we should probably talk about this stuff because this is the fall, this is the heavy stuff on games. And these are probably some of the games that we will be talking about in the future. Maybe me and you, maybe some other people will bring on. But I consistently would love to have more people on this, and definitely would love to have you come back as well. But any of the upcoming games, is there like anything that's coming up that's exciting? Like I did my list on Joyblind, and I will add some games to that, and I will justify my list in front of people today. But any games that you're looking forward to in particular that are coming out in the next 2-3 months? Completely missed everything you said before saying so 3, by the way.
I said the 2 I'm looking forward to are Modern Warfare 3.
Modern Warfare, not Battlefield? Not didn't get a chance to play the beta.
I said I was looking forward to Modern Warfare 3.
Well, no, I know, but I mean not Battlefield, not.
I don't know. Add something to, but
basically just gonna stick to Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, I didn't think Black Ops was that great. I didn't like Modern Warfare 2, but like to me, Modern Warfare 3, like all my friends get it, and even if the game isn't technically like brilliant or anything, it's just like a game for me and all my friends to play.
Well, let's be fair. Everything since Modern Warfare 1 has pretty much been an expansion pack. Like, let's be honest.
At this point, I pretty much just dick around on Black Ops. Like, I do play it sometimes, but I mean, like, I can't really take the game too seriously anymore. But it's still fun, you know, just getting a bunch of friends together and just playing team deathmatch and just being stupid. But
well, that's part of the experience for them. Like, I kind of like enjoy that, but at the same time, with me, it's just like they really could have just released a bunch of online expansions because, like, yes, the campaigns have awesome set pieces, but at the same time, campaigns are like 6 hours long.
Yeah,
like, I can beat a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare in like 2 sittings. On the
I mean, Yeah, I guess part of it is that Call of Duty 2 was actually my first 360 game, and like, I don't know, I guess it holds a place in my heart, I guess. I can't quit you, Call of Duty. I can't do it. So,
Well, no, I'll still give it a shot. I'll still check it out. It's just like for me, it really depends. I know a lot of my friends are getting Battlefield. I don't know how many of my friends are getting Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Like,
oh
I
yeah.
don't know how many people will make a switch from Battlefield to Modern Warfare 3 because there is that time limit where people can get used to. Because I played the demo for Battlefield, the beta for Battlefield 3. I liked it. I wasn't particularly impressed. Like, the weapon upgrade system was pretty terrible. The way it worked, like for example, like you'd have two sides. I think it'd be the Russians and the Americans, and then like if you'd level up your weapon, say for Scout for Americans, and then you'd switch like for 3 or 4 games, and then you switch to Russians, you'd have a completely different weapon, and you'd have start at level 0. So that's what I didn't like. Is like it's gone and now I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Now I'm basically finding a rocket launcher with a stick.
Yeah.
And like the squad party was a little bit flawed. Like you couldn't really, there wasn't a lot of like choices they done, and like the interface was pretty stupid. Besides, they only had one map in the beta. I think they had 2, but nobody was able to play on the second one.
Okay.
There was some kind of problem. Like there was a lot of problems I kind of saw with the beta, and I didn't really see a lot of stuff I wanted to see from Battlefield. Like I didn't see like the destructible environment side of it.
Yeah.
That was their biggest thing. Like it has to be more tactical, and it has to be destructible environments. But I mean, I had people still sitting around corners and just straight up camping. Whereas like I wish I could have blown up this wall like you guys advertised from behind them. But I don't know. I feel like it's the beta, and I feel Battlefield has a very strong legacy on PC, and this is their first really serious like entrance onto the consoles if we don't count the Bad Company, because that was kind of like a testing the waters thing for me. So like they have a lot to prove, and they have a lot on the line. Like the game looks absolutely gorgeous, I'm not gonna lie, and I will at least rent it for the single player just to see.
Yeah.
But like you said, like Modern Warfare, I don't know. Like as much as people rag on it for being the same thing over and over, they pretty much got it down pat. There was a reason every time an FPS comes out, everybody's like, oh, compares it to Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
That's the biggest reason, and I guess that's it. But Saints Row, I agree with you. It was actually my top 5 most anticipated games. The game, really, the only game you can beat down a civilian with a purple dildo.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I actually have the first 2 games, man. And to be honest, I enjoy them a lot more than GTA 4. And yeah, I saw GTA 3. And it looks like they're working hard on it. It looks pretty good.
Well,
It's pretty ridiculous, and it just looks great.
it's funny that you brought up GTA 3 because my next thing was like, it's like I keep saying it to people, and like a lot of people like I caught heat from a lot of people for it, but like I don't really give a shit. Is that to me the Saints Row series is what GTA 4 should have been. Like to me, Saints Row is a spiritual successor to GTA San Andreas. Like ridiculous jetpacking, getting fat, and like just shooting at people with a laser.
Yeah.
Not picking up your cousin 20 times and driving him to a titty bar. Like GTA 4 just turned out to be like half social simulator. Like it was like half Sims.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you completely, man. I bought GTA 4, I beat it. I thought the game was really good, but like, it just wasn't that fun to me. I played San Andreas and Vice City on PS2, and that shit was fun just to screw around and do stupid shit. And I don't know, I feel like they took that out on GTA 4. Saints Row doesn't take itself seriously, so you get to do all that type of shit all the time.
Well, that's the thing with GTA. It was kind of like when I was playing it, I was just like, I will see it through because it's Rockstar, and Rockstar writing is impeccable. But like, I did not like I didn't like the super serious direction they took it in. It was like, everything's like, oh, there's this story and there's that, and they still have their jokes and they still have their funny characters, but it's just like, there's nothing that's fun for me outside the story. Like, I can do these side missions, but they don't feel like, I mean, in Saints Row, you can drive around a septic tank and spray houses with it, or jump into traffic and to like do insurance fraud, whereas GTA, like, you can drive your cousin to a comedy club. Like, the only saving grace of GTA for me was Ballad of Gay Tony, where they kind of did bring back the ridiculousness, the parachuting and the skydiving, and like that one was to me like, the final product, as close as they got to what I was expecting from GTA. But yeah, Saints Row 3 looks absolutely amazing. Can't wait to get my hands on it. I can't wait to like screw around and see what I do. Like, camp missions are gonna be the last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
To be honest. Like, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find that purple dildo and beat down like 20 people with it. Like, there has to be an achievement. There definitely is an achievement.
And like, I saw in the gameplay, like, you just run up to people. That shit just like fun. You know?
Yeah, the wrestling takedowns. Like, you just kind of grab somebody and smash them into a parking meter. You're just like, yes. Man, that game just looks awesome. Like, I got a few other games like I'm looking forward to, not so much. That I didn't, the ones that I didn't mention, like, cause I did do the article, like Assassin's Creed I didn't mention. I've always been a big fan of Assassin's Creed. But to me it's like, I expect them to do a lot of new stuff, and like it's gonna be a fun game. But to me, it's getting to the point where it's kind of like Call of Duty, where it's just like every year there's gonna be a new game. They're really not gonna renovate anything in it, but they're gonna just add a few new tricks, and it's gonna play the same. So to me, it's like I'm excited for it, but I wouldn't pick it over any of these other games because I just don't think there's gonna be enough new stuff in it. Like that, like I might give Need for Speed the run a shot, cause like, I don't know, it depends on how ridiculous their story is, cause like, if it's a little bit ridiculous, I don't mind, but it's just like, every Need for Speed has been, let's settle this on the road. It's like, let's drive. And you're just like, alright, whatever, but, I don't know. The run looks interesting, I just, you know, they did the out of car things, but at the same time, the out of car things just look like quick time events, and like, I could do a half an hour show on quick time events on its own and why I fucking hate them. But I think the biggest heat I'm gonna catch, and like for those who didn't read my articles or for those who's gonna hear it here, is that I did my top 5 list, and it went Saints Row 3, Arkham City, which is actually next week, might even be out before this podcast airs, hopefully not, because I really want to do a review of Arkham 3 on the next one. Battlefield 3, Skyrim, which I will definitely, as soon as I get Skyrim, my social life will go down to a collective 0. And I put Uncharted 3 first. And a lot of people might kind of like, because Skyrim is an RPG, like it has so much to do, it has everything, whereas Uncharted is kind of like, they've done what they could have done with them, like technically, but at the same time, it's just like, Uncharted is so much fun. Like, some people didn't like it, but I love the story, I love the gameplay. I thought it was an amazing mix between shooting and arcade. I thought graphically, whenever each Uncharted came out, it was the best looking game on the PS3 for that time. Like, the second one, the stuff they did with snow, like with snow particles, it just looked gorgeous. Whereas, I mean, the third one, they're saying they're going to do the same with sand, which is, from as little background programming as I have, sand is fucking ridiculous to kind of like design into a video game.
Yeah.
If you think of the amount of every little particles and the way it acts. So, I'm excited for Uncharted. Like, I'm going to say this is that, like, Skyrim is definitely going to be that game that I play in like extended periods of times to the point where like I'm malnourished. Like, I stopped playing it because I noticed I should have probably eaten like 5 days ago. But Uncharted will be the game that like I will buy and I will probably just like play through from the moment I get it until like I beat the story and then dive into multiplayer and then go back to the story again. Like, to me, it's like a good movie.
Yeah.
It's like something you'd like to come back to, and at the same time, it's like it does enough things right to be constantly at the top, like of the best game there is. And yes, there might not be replay value. Yes, there might not be, you know, the RPG elements that Skyrim has, and not as much to explore. But at the same time, I'm still having fun with Uncharted 1 and 2. Like, I'll still go back to them every couple of months or so, to like play a certain level, or just play a little bit of multiplayer, and I'm still having a lot of fun.